Hey guys, welcome back to Intellectual Depth. I'm Layla.
And I'm Fauzia, and this is about finding your ID.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, and we're so excited you guys are back here with us.
Thank you, guys. Welcome.
We all hope you guys are doing well and staying cozy and warm.
And
We
taking
hope
care of
you
yourself.
guys are having a good morning or night or whatever it is, and being good to yourselves and others around you.
Yeah, we really hope you guys are taking care of yourself. Today's topic, it's so exciting. I'm very excited.
Today is narcissism, and we have a lot to say about it and a lot of thoughts. And we would love you guys to share your opinions, comments down below. If you have any, we are going to say ours, and we want to know what you guys think. So,
Yeah, did you know the term came from a Greek word known as narcissus? It was about a young guy that fell in love with his own reflection. And
interesting.
he it was so, because that's why I think they took the name from him, because it's from his name. He fell in love with his own reflection. So that meaning, whenever you hear about a narcissistic person, they're selfish, they're self-centered, they're self-absorbent, and this.
Like I think everything you mentioned, these people are just like self-obsessed,
Absorb.
They're not self-aware.
That's the worst.
Yeah, they've got all the selves, but they're not self-aware, and they're just so self-centered. The most
Selfish.
They're very selfish. The most I think dreadful thing about them is that they're just so ignorant to the fact of whatever they're doing. They're not self-aware, and they only care about themselves. Their feelings, their emotions come first. No one else. We don't care how you feel. We don't care what you will feel. We don't care however it might affect you. It's us, us, us.
As long as it doesn't affect us.
It's just me, myself, and I. That only matters. And this is in the aspect of their emotions. They don't care to hurt anyone or to, and they don't care about how they talk to people and
it's
how
so
they
sad.
harm
I feel like
others.
they should have known better.
Yeah.
Even if you are grown up are from a good family or from anything, it's just like a personality disorder.
I think it is.
It is a personality. It's just within you. You just feel everything has to be your way or no way.
It's my way or the highway.
Yeah, and
is it hellway?
Highway. Highway. But really, it's very, especially, I think it's so bad when it comes to relationship. And you have to watch out for people like this. In the beginning, they don't know you, so they just want you to fall in love with them. So it all starts about, okay, let me glorify you, blah, 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 blah. But when you get to know about them, it's all about them. What matters to me, my traumas, what I love to do. Whenever you start talking, oh, I'm not interested. Listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, it's always about myself.
Yeah, it's really disgusting, and it's such unfortunate that people, I don't know, it's just, I wish, like, there was a medication or something to give them, but it's a personality disorder.
I think the first thing for people that do deal with narcissistic disorder, personality disorder, is for them to be self-aware, to be aware of what they do, because that's the hardest part.
Yeah, they don't know.
I think the best method of therapy for them is just for them to be recorded or to be seen without knowing.
This is the action you're in.
Yeah, this is what you do, especially when they are in action.
The damages.
Maybe when they do settle and calm down, they might realize, okay, they see it. Because if someone does tell them, it's just most likely.
And they love to deny every action.
Yes, so they will deny it. They would say it's just rumors. It didn't happen. That's the first defense mechanism. It's denial.
Yeah.
And not being self-aware. So the first thing is for them to know that they're doing that.
Yeah.
And for them to know that it hurts people.
And it's so shocking. Like, for example, even if they hurt you in any kind of way, they want you to say sorry for the hurt they cause. They
feel you have a fault for why they hurt you.
Yeah, they're like, you're the reason this happened. Is meant to happen. Why should I be the one to apologize? So you're apologizing for the mistake they made. You're apologizing for any kind of wrongdoing they have done upon you. It could be maybe years of trauma. It could be years of, selfishness. And they just feel their reflection is anything that is the best they know.
Yeah, they feel like how you said the guy called Narcissus. He has the reflection of he's better than anyone,
Mm-hmm.
and he just admires himself to the point that it led him. Was he insane?
I
What
think he
happened?
was. I didn't know. I just knew the
Okay,
like
but
the
then
term what it
but
came
then
from.
it does make them feel like they're better than anyone. No one. I say people obey. That is
Mm-hmm.
with narcissism. People believe that narcissism is something not that deep and people don't know so much about this,
Mm-hmm.
but it is an actual thing. They just want you to believe they have this grandiose personality.
Yeah,
They
that's so
feel
disgusting.
they are in charge, they're
Mm-hmm.
in control, especially those with authority,
Mm.
especially those
Like
that,
a parent
like
or
a
a
parent, a
husband.
boss, or someone that controls things, for like especially a
You
parent.
should act a certain way. You
You
should
should,
talk a certain way because it's affecting my image. You're
exactly,
representing me. The
exactly.
way you talk, the way
Mhm.
you address yourself, what you tell people.
Mhm.
It also, even if it's about you, whatever you tell, just being together with them affects them.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, you have to
It's
say
like they
good,
have
good,
a
good, good, good.
manual
And they're very good with people outside them.
because they need to drag them in to let them know.
Like
If
the
it,
attention is not on them. And
yeah,
when they go out, you never know. They're like the nicest people outside.
yeah.
But when you interact with these people,
Mhm.
like you're close with them, the damages they do is only
It's
God
so
that is gonna
sad.
heal you.
And the fact that the worst part is that they hurt people and they
Yeah.
do not care. In fact, they want an apology.
That's just so
So
disgusting.
so for people to think that narcissism is not, if they could just go live alone. They
And they can
can.
never apologize.
They can go live alone, but they have to work on hurting, not hurting people,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't feel they're in the situation, or they're ever gonna low themselves and become inferior to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
like
actually, I
something,
think they can't live alone, but it's very scary for them
because they can't, I think they cannot survive.
alone. Yeah.
They need enablers. They
They
need people
to
that would
glorify them,
yeah, that would enable their action
their
and
be
make them feel like it's okay, you can continue doing what
yeah,
you do.
you're the best.
Yeah.
And it's you have to tell them you're the best. They believe they're the best in
Hmm.
terms of with people.
And they choose the best.
Yeah, they even if you want something, let's say for example, even having a sibling.
Hmm.
For example, I want this certain shirt. You don't need it. This is the best for you. I know better because I'm older.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to education wise, you want to study something that's low, you should know better. I'm gonna
Hmm.
choose something for you.
Yeah.
It keeps going on. It's like we can
It
list
like
so
it's
many
like
of
a
them.
wildfire. The more you enable, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
And narcissism and narcissistic people cannot survive without enablers.
Mm.
It's like, what could I tell you? You can't, like saying you can't let me give a perfect example. Like you can't make bread without flour. Narcissism cannot
Oh,
be,
yeast.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it cannot happen without having enablers. So as long as you enable the behavior and never call them out for their actions, they're going to keep doing what they do best.
And one thing about their behavior is everyone pays for their action.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like if you are in a group of friends there's a narcissistic person,
Mm.
and someone maybe told them like, oh, you did this to me, I'm really hurt, they will make sure everyone in that particular group feels the pain, even though it's none of their business.
They drag
They
everyone.
drag everyone to their problems.
Mm-hmm.
They pull you so much energy, they keep talking
Because
about
they
it.
need to be the center of attention.
Yeah, they're the center
They're
of attention.
self-centered. And
Yeah, every time. Every time, like you would be pulled into it. And it's just, they don't care about you. It's only when you do something to affect their image. They're not gonna call you on a daily basis. How are you? How are you feeling? I just want to know, are you genuinely good? But when they hear, like, for example, oh, this person said this about you, they'll be calling the next minute to see what is it about. So it's a
their
very
image is very, very important.
yeah. They will even warn you about the images.
And it's just so sad how they do not know, because I think every problem, every type of it could be personality disorder, or to the littlest thing as being going out looking like a homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
if you're not self-aware, it's the worst thing because you're not going to tackle it. It's like you have a pimple on your face and then you just keep buying
All those products and
you
covering it
just
up.
keep buying products for other skin disorders and not
Yeah, the
like
pimple.
an acne or something. So if you do not know what it is you're dealing it with, what you're dealing with, how do you know how to tackle what you have to deal with?
True. And I think also the problem always starts from home. You see all these narcissistic people, they are spoiled by the parents. The parents always listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the child is independent. He wants to make his business, he
Mm-hmm.
wants to make money. So whatever thing he does wrong to the other siblings, the parents will be like, you know, it does something to them. They don't listen. They don't tell them this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is not
They
right.
just keep petting and like, okay, you're fine,
Yeah.
petting the child.
They have a way they translate words. I don't even know how to say it. They know how to translate kindness. It
Mm.
should be their own terms. You know, they know
It's
how
always according to them.
everything is according to them, which is just very difficult. It's
Mm.
very depressing. And you being next to them, it just robs up all you. It's like, how will I say? It's like a disease.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps eating you and eating you. You just have to be like, I should know better. This person is not good for me. They might be a good person,
Yeah.
but you can't handle these people. It's only God.
Yeah, and I think that it also comes from like a background, like you said, maybe of when they are like petted by the parents or
Mm-hmm.
they get everything they want. Or sometimes it's from a background that they don't get everything they want
So
and they have the scent of power.
yeah,
So they feel in all my mighty, I'm going to use this power.
to make
And
sure you don't get what I want.
especially if they have the power of being a parent
Mm-hmm.
or if they have a power of holding a house, being a husband or a father,
Mm-hmm.
or if they have a power of just
Mm-hmm.
authority. They feel like, okay, you know what, this is gonna be mine, like I'm going to be in charge of this, I'm gonna be responsible for this.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like this is when I shine, this
Mm-hmm.
is when I tell people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna control, they're gonna obey because they're at the tip of my fingers.
Yeah.
They're gonna do whatever I say because
Mm-hmm.
I am me and they are them.
Yeah, and
So I feel that is so unfair because everyone was created with a purpose.
mm-hmm.
And you saying that just shows how inferior you
You
are
true.
and how shallow you think.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to do a lot with background and not having a sense of self,
Mm-hmm.
especially. It's like there's no in between, or should I say, there's a thin line between having a sense of self
Mm-hmm.
and having no sense of self.
True. And I think one thing about them, I think it has to do something went wrong in their childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Is either they lacked understanding of how to be nurtured by a human being, how someone really feels when you do a certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the right and wrong, and so it's all these mixed of stuffs that
It's them just not knowing how feelings.
trauma. They have so much trauma growing up. They were not with one parent or the other, or it was maybe they were raised by a single mom or single dad. They don't know what is genuinely how to be with real humans.
Mm-hmm.
They were not interactive with the world. They didn't meet people. They were isolated from the world.
Yeah.
So them just the only thing they
They
understand
have
was,
no insight on feelings.
yeah, was their space.
Mm-hmm.
And what they only understand was, by protecting myself, I have to love myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, it's like putting a barrier,
Mm-hmm.
like everywhere.
And control everyone else.
Yeah, I'm in control and no one could get to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is the right way to do it. And it's just so sad. They don't know better. And if you could identify that person, show them the right way.
Yeah,
It's
and
very
tell them
difficult.
how you feel.
Yeah, they hold it for a really long time. They can't let go of that.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult for them to just, they might be honest people, but they're not honest with themselves and what really happens in their surrounding, which is just so sad. And whoever is going through this, whoever has met a narcissistic person or is living with a narcissistic
Or
person,
is a narcissist.
yeah, you just have to distance yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to protect your own self, protect your own mental state, do loads of research,
Mm-hmm.
and prayer to God is the only way out. Because some people you just can't do about it. What if it's a family member? What if
Mm-hmm.
it's your dad, your mom? How do you handle
I
these
think
people?
the way you handle that is just to limit communication and
Yeah.
maintain distance. It's the best way. But as I was saying, if you are a narcissist,
And you're not aware.
and you're not aware, it's very unlikely that you are aware.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first thing is be more considerate of how you make people feel, and just put yourself in other people's shoes to know that, like, this is how I actually treat people,
Mm-hmm.
and think about how how you communicate with those people, or
And
how
listen to
you
what people say about you. How do you
exactly,
interact with that one or another?
and just be very aware,
Mm-hmm.
read more, and be just be a good person. Like, honestly, you know when you did something that was out of line.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely do know. You're not going to say you're not aware about that,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes you just put yourself first, yourself first, yourself first, and harm people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying self-love is something that you shouldn't do for yourself,
Yeah.
but then putting yourself first and harming people is contradictory to what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's
What
not
I'm
a healthy
saying
way to look at
is,
it.
yeah, self-love and love others.
Mm-hmm.
No harm in the way, and live happily, basically.
Yeah, true. That's you've said the beautiful words and beautiful explanation. I think people, I hope you guys by now are aware about what kind of behavior you would see. All these obsessive behavior that they need you see in time.
Mm,
You just have to know when to stop that process and when to stop adding fire to that process.
true.
When you see a narcissistic person, calm down. You need to be calm. You need, how will I say calm? Calm in the terms of you need to process the information they're giving you.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything you say or do can be against you in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Something to look out for, and you just have to be careful. And if you are a narcissistic person, like Layla said, you have to know
Yeah.
when to stop.
Stop being a narcissist if you are, please. I think this brings us to the end.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
What is your personal note?
My personal note is just don't be a selfish person, self-centered, self-obsessed with yourself, because it makes you a narcissistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Try to be self-aware with people that you're surrounded with. Show more care and be more generous, be humble. And little things you do can affect someone's future forever. You could cause internal trauma that is very hard for people
Or
to deal with.
external.
Or external for people to deal with. And so just please be careful and be kind.
Yeah. My personal note to you guys is you can either be a blessing or a lesson in people's lives. If you choose to be a blessing, people would remember you with positivity, goodness, and amazing sauce. And
Yeah,
if you do
definitely.
choose to be a lesson, it's a lesson at the same time, but you would be remembered negatively,
I
and
hope it's a
people,
good lesson.
no, lesson isn't like a bad lesson.
Oh
Like,
God.
you teach
Yeah.
people not to associate with people like you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a narcissist, you would just make people be like, I don't want to ever entertain that kind of person or behavior. But a blessing,
Mm-hmm.
a kind person, is something that you would want people to remember you as. And we would all want to be remembered as blessings,
Yeah,
not
not a lesson
lessons.
to people's
Even
life.
if it is a good lesson,
Be a blessing to
be
someone's
a
life.
blessed lesson,
Yeah, that's a
not
perfect
a
bad lesson.
what's the word? Not a lonely lesson. No.
Maybe a lesson that caused so much pain.
Don't be
Learning
a
the hard way.
negative, don't be a toxic lesson. But in its good ways, be a blessing, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Guys, thank
And
you.
we love you guys so much. Do not forget to subscribe.
Like and comment. Let us know. We really want to know what you guys are thinking.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Have a good day. Stay safe and stay blessed.